Good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day you're starting to listen to this. Welcome to What Would That Mumsy Do? And I am that mumsy. So we are a few days away from Halloween. And this Halloween is not only on a freaking Saturday, but it is a full moon. It is the blue full moon, and it is the commencement of my favorite holiday, Samhain. So I have been preparing all week. Actually, I feel like I've been preparing all month for these next few days. But let's just throw the entire month into a quick little podcast so that you guys can try to celebrate or try to prepare yourself a little bit more for the next few days, because there's just so much abundant energy that the universe is awaiting for us to grasp, and there is so much vibration that it's like literally I feel like my entire body gets almost demobile because of what is going on in the world right now. And I feel like everything is just it's we can feel it. When I say we, I'm talking about every single human being on this earth who is going through something, because every single person has been affected and every single person is ultimately going through something due to the state of the world. Let's just put it in a nutshell like that. So back to my plans on top of things, preparing for Samhain. So number one, what I've been doing all week, I have been changing my altar, okay? And what I mean by changing my altar is when I think about Samhain, I think about pumpkins, I think about pine cones, I think about feathers, I think about color changes, I think about darker crystals, I think about my darker candles I'm bringing out. I feel like I have just been total aesthetic changing of my altar. And getting closer to Samhain, I do ancestral lineage healing rituals. And what that means is, say you have a series of trauma that you just cannot shake, and you just don't know where the hell the root of this is, and we do a cleansing on you, and it turns out it is a curse that has been attached to your family for ages, and now you can finally breathe a little bit. So that's just a little like quick summary. I feel like the Google version to put it in a smaller, more understandable sense, because it goes way more into depth, of course. And if anybody has any more questions about ancestral lineage healing, then maybe I will dedicate an entire podcast to just that topic. So back on to Samhain. So yes, I've been changing my altar. I have been preparing, and right now it's the current altar stage. It's almost like a moon phase, okay? Like how the moon changes is how often I change my altar. I know I feel like it's excessive for some people, but I feel like my emotions are constantly changing, so my altar needs to change with them. And my rituals and the focus of my rituals change consistently, because some days I'm not feeling too hot and other days I'm feeling fucking fantastic. And that's the reality of just life, and just understanding yourself and being able to adapt things around you to make yourself feel more in control and feel more comfortable ultimately, because that's a big thing with your own magic and being able to channel your magic. Is your mind state, is being in the proper state of mind to enhance your gifts and to properly utilize them, and to properly detach from everything around yourself, and be able to associate feelings and emotions rationally, than attaching them to crazy irrational decisions and sending you down some horrible shitstorm of picking up the pieces of your own decisions. And that's never our intention, so that's why I feel like I always look to my brujeria, because I look to finding out myself, and I feel like that's ultimately what my what my power consists of is looking within myself and finding out what power, what I'm more capable of. And what that means is being able to control my mind and my body. So I know that is like the most simple thing to say, but being able to control your mind and body is being able to channel your gifts and being able to properly, I know I say the word proper like 8 times, but I'm serious. Like when I say that word, it's like, it's because I'm trying to exaggerate the fact that we don't properly utilize our gifts, and we don't properly know how to gain them and channel them and not feel like we're crazy, and to understand that there are other people that are feeling these things. And when Mercury is in retrograde, we are more sensitive. So it's a time where we can ultimately channel so much more. But I feel like we are already like put in our brains that Mercury retrograde is this horrible time and we must feel horrible and everything is bad, and that's why it's bad, is because of that. When reality, like, just take a little bit of accountability and let's start actually rationalizing what's happening around us. Let's not just, put everything under this umbrella of Mercury retrograde, and let's start saying that Mercury retrograde is a time of great energy. It's a great time of tons of change that could possibly occur, okay? Whether it's negative or positive is up to you. Whether you're utilizing all this time and this energy that is just apparent in the universe, and you are, like I said, properly utilizing your gifts at these times. Being able to just do as many things as you need to gain the proper control, okay? So that's why I smudge, and that's why during this week I'm doing tons of cleansings. I'm doing consistent cleansing. And if there's people coming to your home, you need to cleanse your home, okay? I feel like people do not understand that every single human on this earth is carrying something, right? We're all going through something. So if we're all going through something, how can we be naive to think that we can give someone a hug or a handshake and not think that their energy or what they're feeling in that day is going to be transferred? I feel like that's energy is transferred faster than COVID. And yes, I said that energy is transferred faster than COVID. So maybe it's the negative worry energy that actually attracts, but I'm not going to get deeper into that because, I can't talk about COVID and what's happening in the world without that completely upsetting me, because of the fact that it's honestly withering people's minds, the thoughts, and that's what's making people's immune systems. I just said I wasn't going to talk about it, so I'm not. I'm going to get off that subject. Back to what we need to be doing this week. So we talked about altar changes. We talked about some smudging. Okay, but we didn't talk about like what type of smudges. Okay, so I've been doing, specifically this week, what I'm going to be doing is white sage, wild lavender, mountain sage. This bundle is what I'm going to be doing today. This one is to promote love within my home, because I've been doing a ton of protection ones. I did Yerbas Anta, and I feel like that is a smudge that is, it has tons of purposes. Man, that's the one thing I love about smudging is there are tons of purposes, and if you focus your intent, then you will channel positivity within your home. Okay, and you will clear out anything that no longer serves you in a positive sense. And you just make sure that while you're smudging, your mind is determined. And if you want to clear something that you feel within your home, make sure that that's the focus of your intent, okay, and focus of your smudge, because it's so important to make sure that you are thinking about what you want to happen, okay, what you want the goal result to be, okay, the end result. I know I probably only have a little bit of time left on this one, and I can get further into detail in my next episode. But the main thing is, I just want everyone to realize how much energy is out there, and that you can utilize your gifts and powers this full moon. But I'm definitely going to do another podcast before the full moon, okay? Don't worry, everybody. So that I can give you guys a little bit more details on what to do and how to prepare yourself and your mind and your home. This is What With That Mumsy too. Thank you.